Your supervisor has asked you for a concept note and your brain goes, okay, what is even a concept note? You Google it and you find 5 different versions and now you're even more confused. Don't worry, in this video, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step how to write a clear, structured concept note that actually gets your ideas approved. Hey academic besties, my name is Lerato Kanomsa from All Things Academia, where we explore and explain all things in the academic world. In this video, we are tackling how to write a concept note that won't get you ghosted by your supervisors, because supervisors have the tendency to ghost you when they do not want to tell you that your idea does not make sense and they just do not want to hurt your feelings. So in this video, we're going to go through each section together, what to write, how to write it, and how to keep it short, sharp, and academic. All right, let's start with what's often the easiest place to begin, which is your working title. You need to keep this title short, clear, and you want to avoid buzzwords. So you also do not want to get too attached to this title, because no, you are not married to it. It will evolve and change over time as you progress with your research proposal. You also want to keep in mind that this title should tell us the what, the how, and the who. In your research title, we should get the idea of what exactly you are trying to study, who is the population, and how you plan on studying it, which is the methodological approach that you're going to take. Then you want to move to writing your background, and this is where most students overthink things. You don't need to start with a full-blown literature review at this stage. Just 5 to 7 sentences to set the scene. All you need to tell us here is what's the topic, why does it matter, who is affected, and what's the context. Think of this as an elevator pitch. If someone asks you what your research is about, this is something you can say under a minute. Once you got your background sorted, you want to move to the next paragraph, which is framing your problem statement. This is the heartbeat of your concept note. You do not want to rush it here, but you also do not want to be frustrated when you think of it. So a problem statement is basically you showing clearly what the issue is, what is missing, why does it matter academically, socially, or professionally. Avoid writing 5 different problems in the statement. One clear problem is powerful, and that's all you're going to be able to do anyways. You can't have a dissertation that is attempting to solve 5 problems or to even explore 5 problems. Also need to ask yourself, if your research solves one thing, what that thing will be and how would it change things. This is where many concept notes fail. It's either they are too broad, too vague, or not focused. The next step is what helps you with these 3 things, and that is your objectives. When you are writing your objectives, you want to start with the main aim, what your research is hoping to achieve. Then you want to add 2 to 3 specific and measurable objectives that will break down the aim into smaller steps. For example, to explore how postgraduates use online academic coaching to support their thesis writing. Make sure that your objectives match the research problem. If you're not sure, you need to pause and double check and really find an alignment strategy. What you want to figure out here is, does the objective help solve the problem that you have described in your problem statement? If not, then you have to rewrite either your objective or your problem statement. Not every supervisor will ask for research questions at this stage, but if they do, it's not a personal attack. They are not out to get you. It's just so that your concept note is stronger and more clearer. So if you're asked to include research questions, make sure to keep it to a maximum of 3 and ensure that they also align with your research objectives. And remember, you are not supposed to know all the answers. The questions are just showing that you are thinking critically about the problem that exists. After you've sorted your objectives and your research questions, you can now move to the next stage. And this is where most students panic: the methodology. But for a concept note, you only need to give the basics, and that's just 1 to 2 paragraphs max. Here's what to include in the methodology section of your concept note. Who or what is your data source? How will you collect your data? This could be surveys, interviews, or documents. And how will you analyze it? And don't worry about referencing paradigms and big research methodology at this stage. That you can put in a full research proposal. This is just, here's what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. Simple and direct, just enough to show that you have a plan. Once you have all of that down, we need to now move to expected outcomes. I really love this part because it shows that you are thinking ahead. All you need to ask yourself here is, what will this research contribute? Will it create new knowledge, help to solve a real-world problem, or offer a model or a framework? You write this in 3 to 4 sentences that help you explain the value of your research. This helps the reviewers or your supervisors to see the so what of your research. And this part here is what makes or breaks your concept notes approval. Now, the last part of your proposal seems like a more technical one, yet it is the most important one, your reference list. You don't want to leave this part out. Even adding 3 to 5 key sources counts as a reference list. This shows that you have started reading and you did not just suck out that idea from your thumb, but you actually got it from other academic research that has been done. So you also want to make sure that you choose current peer-reviewed academic sources, not just blog posts or old articles and news articles. This will add credibility to your idea. And so that's what all a concept note includes: a clear working title, a short background, one strong problem statement, clear research objectives, research questions, a brief methodology, expected outcomes, and maybe a short reference list. Keep the whole thing 2 to 5 pages max. Every sentence should move the idea forward. You don't want to put in dead words or just dead spaces. In my previous video, linked in the description down below, I have talked about what is the difference between a concept note and a research proposal. In this one, we talked about how to write a concept note, and in the next one, I'm going to give you step-by-step examples so that you can see this in practicality. So if you want to see a full example of how to write a concept note, then click the video that is appearing on your screen right now, because that is the video that is going to give you an example for every section of the concept note. So what are you waiting for? Click on that video as I project to you love and grace in a way of 2 Corinthians 13 verse 14.